they think my life is just this perfect little fairy tale. Hey, I'm a single mom of two. I work very hard. I pay for my own bills. I also struggle. I cry. I break down. And that's okay. That's life. Do I have the time and energy to explain myself? I never did, because I also feel like, yes, I am in the public eye, but I do not need to explain myself, because I don't owe anybody an explanation.
So I have been looking forward to this conversation for so long because I feel like we have seen you grow up in the public eye, and we've seen you go through so many chapters of your life. And I feel like going through transition periods, I feel like our viewers can relate and can understand where you're coming from and parts of your story. And getting to know you a little bit more, especially this year, I feel like you have so many opinions that women want to hear from and can learn from. And today, I don't want to talk about the headlines because we're gonna speak in French. So this episode is gonna be fully French. No, I'm just kidding. But honestly, Sarah Lahbati, welcome to Almost Honest.
Merci beaucoup, Kylie Verzosa. I'm kidding. Thank you so much for having me here. Congratulations on Almost Honest. I've seen a couple of episodes, and I'm so happy you're doing this and happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
No, honestly, thank you. And when I reached out to Sarah, I was like, I really want to have Sarah on the podcast. And I was like, how am I going to ask this girl, because I know she doesn't do interviews? And I was like, babe, if you can just please consider this. What did you think about that?
First of all, you had the funniest message. When I opened it, I was like, I love that you know me by heart. You really are my friend. Because I read it and I'm like, well, at least she knows I don't do interviews. I don't do podcasts. I love my life to be private. But hey, we live and learn. We grow and then we change. And I feel like, not that I wasn't in a good place before, but I feel like I'm ready to kind of just open up a bit of my life, I guess. And I do it with the right person, with a friend.
Oh, thank you. Honestly, I feel so happy and honored, and I'm gonna do my best to protect you. Don't worry.
Here's my Gcash number.
Yeah, here's your Gcash number. My budget ba tayo, guys? Like, guys, we need the sponsors to come in. Like,
I'm kidding.
They're saying no, but
but you get it. It just feels like
no. But I totally get you. And honestly, getting to know you a little bit more this year, I was like, I realized we're two different people, like
100%.
two different people, but we've been through the kind of same things, but we I guess we also have like kind of the same values and stuff, and I guess that's why we get along.
100%, yeah. It's funny how we've known each other for years.
Yeah, like I've seen you at events, I've seen you at
exactly. But then it's also nice that we've gotten to know each other at this specific time and place in life.
Yeah.
You know how they say everything at the right time and everyone at the right time. I truly am a firm believer of that. So I feel like that's our friendship, and it was never forced or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's so nice. So you've grown up in the public eye for so long. How has your relationship with fame changed? Like, how did you navigate fame at such an early age?
Oh my God. It was the weirdest thing. At a young age, you're like, what am I doing? What is happening? What is this attention and money?
Yeah.
And et cetera, et cetera. It's definitely weird, but then along the way, and with a couple mistakes here and there, you just mature and learn about what truly matters in our business. Why do we do what we do? And eventually, it's not anymore about the fame. Not that I had that mindset coming in, because I feel like as a kid, I've always wanted to follow a creative route some way, somehow. And so, yeah, it was definitely weird. And then you kind of learn how to talk to yourself and ask yourself questions as you grow older. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I in this industry? What are my reasons? And I feel like that's how it's been with me.
Did you, like growing up, did you have like people who guided you, or like did you have like a mentor, or who did you listen to growing up?
Um, yes, you know what? I'm lucky that my parents have always been hands on.
Hmm.
I feel like I'm always also protected
Yeah.
and guided. Um, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but it really takes mistakes. As painful and as embarrassing, it takes mistakes. It took me so many lows to get to this like place of peace where
Mm-hmm.
I'm at now.
And I feel like because you're such in the public eye, like your mistakes are documented. You,
Fun.
like you know what I mean? Like I totally get it, but like I've been in kind of showbiz for like way less than you, but your flaws and your failures are documented
Uh-huh.
online. Like how what do you think about that?
You know what? It's for me, I see it. I don't mean to be corny. I see it as a
Mm-hmm.
blessing, as this tool that okay, some people see me and they've seen how I've learned from this. They've seen how I've risen from this
Yeah.
situation, and they've seen the choices I made, whether quietly or via
Yeah.
my actions, whether vocally or via whatever I decide to put out there that feels true to myself. So I feel like we're very lucky. Like I'm very lucky to be in this position wherein people, again, sorry to be corny, but people look up to us and learn from us a thing or two. And you know, it's a um, I'm grateful to be in this position. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I totally get you. But I guess going back to my first question I ever got to ask, like, how are you? How is. I kind of got in deep, not the one so deep, but like
Yeah.
a bit fast. But how are you? I know you're moving. How was hanging out with the kids?
Um, I'm good. I'm aside from the fact that I'm a woman that's PMSing. Sorry, TMI. Can I just
I
say?
literally.
Can we just normalize
No, no, totally. And she was like, "Can you get me coffee?" And like, okay, what else do you want? Chips.
chips?
I totally get that.
Yeah. So we were talking, and I don't know. I've slept so much, and I'm still
Girl, me too.
tired. I'm not complaining. That's like shallow talk, but how
Mhm.
am I? I'm at peace, I'm happy, I am moving. It's a
Yeah.
lot, but it's exciting. The kids are well, um, and I just feel like I'm starting this year in such a great place of peace and calmness, which is always nice to be at when you're starting a new year after the year of the snake, right?
No, exactly. Sarah is a big fan of like, no, she's like horoscopes and
I know.
everything.
Give me your chart, I'll read it right now.
But you told me about like you wanted to simplify your life coming into 2026.
Mhm.
Can you kind of expound this a little bit more?
Um, yeah, I told you that. Yes. I want to simplify my life. Because life is already complicated.
Yeah.
And so that means cutting people out of my life,
I totally believe in that.
cutting habits that don't serve me well anymore, moving houses, starting
Yeah.
fresh. That means a lot of different things that I consciously decide to do because I want to live simply at peace. It's the third time I'm saying this. We
No,
should
I
toss
love
a
it.
coin every time I say
You say
peace.
peace. We're gonna have a peace counter. But because of growing up in the public eye, do you think people still misunderstand you sometimes?
Definitely. Definitely. Um, I
Like,
mean,
what about you do they misunderstand about you?
oh, they think I have it all together, that um like like that work is flowing every month.
For sure.
They think my life is just this perfect little fairy tale. Hey, I'm a single mom of two. I work very hard. I pay for my own bills. I also struggle, even if I'm all glammed up.
Even if
I
you look
struggle.
perfect.
I cry, I break down, and that's okay. That's life. But then, um, do I have the time and energy to explain myself? I never did because I also feel like, yes, I am in the public eye, but I do not need to explain myself because I don't owe anybody an explanation.
I super love that, and I totally get it. I feel like you're right. People see you as this beautiful, gorgeous woman who has everything. And guys, in this industry, I feel like there isn't much stability,
Oh, no, none at all. None.
right? Like I feel like we're all
Sorry.
going through this like wave of, I don't know whether we're stable or not, but I feel like I love that you're open about you're a single mom, you have struggles, but
Mm-hmm.
people think you still have it all going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you balance everything?
Um, Chips and coffee. Just kidding. Honestly, sometimes I also ask myself, okay, how am
Yeah.
I gonna do it like next week, tomorrow, next month? But then, I have good people on my side.
Yeah.
Really have good family, good friends, people that are just angels, and you know, um, it helps. It really helps to have like just angels by your side, good friends, and I mean like 5 people. I used to
Yeah.
have so many friends, and when shit hits the fan, who's there?
You spoke about like you pay for your own bills.
Yes.
I actually love that. And I feel like it's also very empowering for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was there ever a time you kind of felt like pressure to provide for your sons? And how do you, I don't know, how do you deal with that? Like, I would feel so stressed.
Definitely. I mean, first and foremost, it's not easy being a single mom, number
Yeah.
one. And then you have to provide for them by
Yeah.
yourself. It is doable, but it's not easy. I've always had a mindset of, look, I'm not gonna lay around at home and do nothing. I've always had a work hard mindset,
Yeah.
respect people, da 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 da, and so I'm able to do it. It's all about like my mentality. But were there days that I broke down
Yeah,
and was
exactly.
questioning everything and anything? Definitely, because as I've said earlier, like our jobs, like it comes and goes just like money. Our jobs are like, this industry is the most unstable industry
That's so true.
ever. So keeping that in mind, I just keep on doing me, minding my own business, and just continuing what I do, which is work hard and stay in my own lane for my boys and I.
Was there ever a time you felt like asking for help? Like asking for help to provide for the kids?
Great question. No. No, I mean, I will be honest and say
Yeah.
that I struggle asking for help,
Mm-hmm.
but in this specific scenario and question of yours, you asked if I wanted to ask for help. No, I
Okay.
don't feel the need to, and
Okay.
um, I I can do it, so I don't
Okay.
see why I should or ask. Yeah, period.
Okay. I won't ask about the relationship, and you can cut this off. But like, was it ever agreed upon? We can cut this off. Like, was it ever agreed upon?
Um, I don't think there was even any discussion
Mm-hmm.
in terms of that stuff. Um, but it is my decision as well.
Okay.
More, not as well. It is my decision um, that I'm okay with not getting help.
Okay.
I'm never going to beg. I'm
Yeah.
never going to ask. It should be an automatic thing, actually.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
And if it's not, then why am I going to beg or ask if I can do it myself?
Okay. I totally get that. Actually, getting to know Sarah a little bit more, she is you like you're such a strong, like independent woman. Like you have like very firm thoughts. If like you can do it on your own,
Do I ever want to be a princess?
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, I was like, because I feel like, babe, I feel like I'm such a baby girl. But I only got to this stage just because, I found like a good partner. And are you ever willing to go, like, do
Woo.
you want to be a princess? Like,
Oh, hell yeah.
yeah,
I
okay.
want to be babied. I want to be a princess. I don't want to be a soldier all my life.
Babe, you have been a soldier for so long. You've been a soldier. Please help.
This is so
Please help
funny.
my girl out. Like,
Oh
help
my
her
God.
out. Like, help her out, guys. Like,
Are you
I'm gonna put
accepting
her number
CVs?
below. Help my girl out.
Oh my God, I'm crying. No, seriously speaking, are you asking if I want love and I'm ready for love?
Okay, you're ready for love.
Okay, so yeah, I definitely am curious as to what all of that stuff will be for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because my whole world right now, as you know, is me and my kids and my job. Um, and so love is not necessarily a priority, but then
Okay.
I know it's gonna come, and I want my fairy tale. I want that giddy feeling again, and to see what it's gonna be like for me, because I know I have love to give. It's just there, tucked in somewhere.
I feel like it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Okay, but I have a question. Do you feel like right now you're in a rebuilding phase of your life or a reclaiming phase of your life?
Ah, that's a great question. Am I rebuilding or reclaiming?
Mm-hmm.
Um I feel like I'm both. I feel like
Okay.
I'm both rebuilding and reclaiming. Um Rebuilding in a sense that I'm still healing and
Mm-hmm.
I'm still growing into who I am supposed to be.
Yeah.
And I feel very much confident in who I am now, but
Okay.
I also know that there's a lot of healing to do still, and there's a lot of rebuilding.
Mm-hmm.
And then the reclaiming part is, um, I guess it's just like more on the work stuff, I guess, and the womanhood part, to put it simply.
Uh, you spoke about like you're trying to find yourself. Tell me how it was because you became a mother at such a young age, at 19. And I feel like when you're that young,
Mhm. Sorry, Kylie.
go
Wait
lang,
lang.
I feel like when you're that young, you don't even know who you are as a woman yet. And then you were kind of slowly, not like forced, but you were slowly transitioned into motherhood. How was that? Like, how was dealing with being a mother at such a young age?
Um, Being a mom at a young age obviously is never easy.
Yeah.
It's never easy. Um, it's tough, but I had my mom,
Yeah.
and we all know mom and daughter relationships are complicated, but then having her beside me was just life changing, because I wouldn't know how I would have done it if not for her help. And then having my dad, it was literally mostly just the three of us.
Okay.
Yeah. But then, I felt like I always had this like fire inside of me that's okay. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but then I have this thing inside where I'm gonna figure it out, and I know I'm gonna do the right thing, and I'm gonna be a great mom. Do I know how and when will I be that? No, but will I try my best and do what I have to do? Yes. So it's that thing that I keep um, inside of me, that just like fire, and that knowing that I have that's what I hold on dearly to.
Do you think, let's say you're going through this phase in your life right now, do you think because you were a mom at such a young age, na parang you've, how do I say this? Like, you weren't able to go through those young 20 years. Like, you weren't able to, like, experience your youth so fully and
Uh-huh.
so widely.
Yeah.
Has that come across now?
You know, um, I feel like at a young age, whenever my mom and I would be on vacation here, she would make me go to these like VTRs for commercials and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. It's a typical like, oh, my daughter's half Filipina, half this, da da da, and then, but it was, the two of us, wanting that kind of artista life. So at a young age, I was doing commercials already, and then fast forward to 16, I was already working so
Okay.
hard. So at 16, instead of like doing what 16-year-olds were doing, I was working nonstop. I was filming nonstop. I wasn't sleeping and just like grinding. And then boom, 19 becomes a mom. So
That's so quick. Like 3 years of like
exactly. So I never really
enjoying.
had
Yeah.
like what the normal timeline of a person should be like.
Yeah.
But then I had so many lessons and depth and maturity from those experiences that 16-year-olds did not have, 19-year-olds did not have. What were they doing when I was doing what I was doing? Not to compare, but if we're going to see the heavy stuff and like the light that I got from it, those are the things. And so in my 20s, I was full on a mom and I was full on working. I was definitely curious as to what normal 20 somethings
Yeah.
were doing.
Like, did you party at like your 20s? Because like 20s was like my party era. You
No,
know? Like, no, you did not?
I did it in my 30s.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm
Okay,
a late
so
bloomer. I turned
okay.
30, boom. I'm like, goes
Freedom, you
out,
know?
tries car racing,
Okay,
tries
okay.
this, party, whatever. I'm just like, I guess, you know what, Sarah, accept that you do not have the
The
normal
normal life
timeline
of,
of how it should be, and that's
yeah.
okay. Accept it and then have fun with it. That's my story. That's my life. And
I I kind
it's,
of like that.
yeah, it's been, what's the word? Um, unique.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I feel like everyone needs to go through their 20s is like a special age where you kind of need to like let loose,
Mm-hmm.
make your mistakes, and then the 30s is kind of like where to me like this is where I'm kind of more um calm.
Yeah.
I don't know, but for you, I guess it's in a different phase in your life, and I feel like you're kind of reclaiming your youth from before. Would you
Mm-hmm.
be able to say that?
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like I'm eight again. I mean, not in a crazy way, but that's the beauty of my life. I have a 7-year-old and I play with him and I'm 32. And so I feel like I'm a kid with them. When I'm talking to Zion, who's 12, I feel like I'm his best friend. We're talking
Oh,
about
cute.
deep things in school and things that matter to him, things that matter to me. So I feel like I can be a lot of different things, and um, it's a beautiful thing.
So, what are you craving for right now? Like at this era of your life, like what are you craving for? Like anong hinahanap mo?
um, continuous peace.
Mm-hmm.
Fourth time repeating.
Peace. So it's peace.
Continuous peace. Obviously, I love working and providing for the kids. So continuous work, travel, for my home to be as cozy as possible. Those are just like at the top of my head, my wishes for the year.
Do you feel different from before? Like, what is the biggest change from the Sarah before to the Sarah now?
I do feel calmer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like, yes, I'm a late bloomer, but I don't feel the need to kind of try and do all these different things to fulfill whatever need I need to fulfill for
Yeah.
myself. So I do feel calmer. Um, yeah.
Even through the face of controversy, you remain to be calm. Like, and you still choose to choose silence And is this a choice you um, consciously make?
Yeah.
Like with all the transition periods of your life, is it a choice you've made?
I just feel like no one's deserving of my voice just yet.
Not
I'm
yet,
kidding.
guys. Not yet.
I'm kidding. Am I? No, I am. But I just don't feel the need to explain myself like I've said. There's so much more important things in my life than having to explain something that doesn't matter to me, or something that
Yeah.
isn't true, or something that's just like shallow to me.
Okay.
I feel like there's so much strength in being quiet, and then there's another thing called karma.
Okay.
You know, heard about that thing?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Talk
So
to me about karma. Like,
it just does its thing.
okay,
Um, and then you're like, oh, when you least expect it, you're like, oh, okay.
it just comes.
Yeah, but you don't think about that thing called karma.
No,
It just happens because there's beauty in being silent. There's beauty with having a pure heart and good intentions.
I really believe that what you put out in the universe gets back to you. So I really believe in the concept of karma.
100%.
Where do you how do you like let's talk about, let's say, identity. And I feel like when people have this identity of themselves, let's say from a past relationship, or they're leaving a job, or and that's pulled out from them, it kind of parang
Shakes up your being.
exactly, it kind of shakes up your peace.
Mm.
How did you go through that period of transition?
Um, I guess I was able to kind of pull myself back together via um, finding myself again via tools like I'd have phases. I would be into working out 4 to 5 times a week
Okay.
just to feel mentally strong and fight those like things in my mind
Yeah.
that were telling me this and that I didn't want to hear or shouldn't have been there in the first place. So um, I'd use those tools, and again, having the right people. But it does happen. It's happened to me where I felt um, lost
Yeah.
and um, not knowing what to do. But then again, you just do. You just rise up. You have your people, and you decide I'm not gonna be stuck here.
How did you deal with that? Like, how do you deal with the go lang? How did you deal with like the mental chatter of your brain?
Oh, I wish I could just be like switch
Turn
off. Um, I had my dark days, Kylie. I really had dark days where I did not know if I would
How did you go through that?
make it in a sense that I will be okay. Um, and I will be myself, and I will be able to be a mom, and I will be able to be a friend and work and stuff. I really had good people on my side. Um, it's funny because I've met my really real good friends during my darkest time or times in life,
Yeah.
and um,
And that's when you meet your friends, the ones who stay during your lowest of low times.
yeah,
Don't you
exactly.
agree?
And I'm so grateful. It makes me emotional. It's like I'm choking right now
Yeah.
because yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do everything without them because I did not ask for their help. And it is so difficult when you're already this person that hates asking for help, and then just these angels appear in your life while you're at your lowest, and they're helping you, and they're they're giving you all this good energy and letting you know it's gonna be okay. It's just such a beautiful, wonderful thing um, to have. It's like it's a luxury.
No, that's so true. What Like, did you do anything? Did you want to keep yourself busy, or did you just want to surround yourself with friends?
Um, when I was at that space,
Yeah.
I wanted to just be in my room and do nothing. I did
Okay.
not want to be with people. I did not want to go anywhere. I just was in my room for a while.
And how was handling that in like a day in social media where you see everything? Because, for example, I, for example, went through a public breakup, and I wanted time personally to process it myself, but on the news I could already see like bits and pieces, and I kind of had a hard time processing because I wanted to process it myself before
Mm-hmm.
kind of telling people, but it didn't happen that way.
Yeah.
Like, how did you handle that?
Um, honestly, it was a lot. Like you said, it's like you're trying to have your own moment and go through it by yourself, but then the world is also there knowing everything that's going on with your life. So it's really just going through it, allowing that stuff, the side noise stuff to just be there and know that it's just a side thing. And then you really have to just focus on yourself, which is what I did, I feel. Choosing me
Okay,
first.
what is okay, how would you name this era of yours?
Oh. Um. Hmm. I like that word that you said earlier. The reclaim word.
Yeah, reclaiming,
Reclaiming
rebuilding.
era. Sounds about
Oh,
it. Yeah.
okay. Okay. What are you learning the most in this reclaiming era? Like, what are you learning the most about yourself?
That everything I want is possible if I put it in my head and agree that it is or will be. Um, Literally, I am my own boss. I can do it. I can do anything. I just talk to myself a lot, which is super healthy to do.
No, that's so true. What about how is your, because like I've hung out with you, and how is your like confrontation style? Like, are you confrontational? Are you, because I'm the type to like shut up and be quiet and kind of, hide in the corner. What is your confrontational style? Confrontation style.
Yeah. I used to, honestly, there's nothing wrong, first of all, with both styles.
Mm-hmm.
I used to um, be more accepting of stuff. Now I'm like,
Especially when you're younger, no?
yeah, now that, you're older, sexier, hotter,
Hotter.
wiser, you just don't have time for stuff
No,
anymore.
that's so
You
true.
don't have time for people's BS.
That's
And
so
so,
true.
will it come a time where, or were there times where I had to be confrontational and decide, hey, this is not sitting well with me. I'm not okay with this. Can you please let it go or stop? Yes, I'm okay with it 100%. I don't think that's like, oh my God, she's such a, just bleep it out, bitch. But
Yeah.
it's just like voicing out your boundaries, and boundaries are so important. It's like we're a car without wheels if we did not have boundaries.
No, exactly. And I feel like I would rather have someone tell me in front of my face, like, hi, I don't like what you did. I don't
Mm-hmm.
feel good about it. Instead of like, gawain ng Filipinos, they kind of backstab,
Yeah.
because we're not confrontational. And
Yeah.
then they would say something behind you to you about your back behind you. So
Yeah,
kind of,
I don't like that mentality of, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna spread it to 10 people and then not tell this person
yeah,
that they've done me wrong. It's so toxic. It's
yeah.
like, if we have a problem, can we privately deal with that issue alone? And then ang daming situations na masasave kung ganun lang yung mentality, diba?
Yeah.
And so I hope, especially in our industry, I hope it's less toxic
Yeah. That's
in
true.
that sense. But hey, that's our problem.
That's their problem. Okay, going back to motherhood, how has motherhood changed you as a woman?
Ah, um, oh gosh, as soon as I became a mom to Zion, I just, I felt like a butterfly.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, I
cute.
felt like um, I just had this immense, beautiful purpose. And despite all the worries I was carrying and being in my head and being so young, I knew that I wanted to be a mom.
That is
And
so
I knew that I
beautiful.
was going to be a great mom.
That is so beautiful.
And they've changed my life. I just have this purpose
Mm.
that is beyond me, and it's all like Zion and Kai.
Mm.
And yeah, they make me so happy, and I hope like I can make them happy and proud too. Like I'm very lucky to have them.
What do you want to teach them about womanhood or like being a woman? Like, how do you want them to see um, being a woman or like treating a woman?
I want them to know how to treat a woman, number one.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to know how important it is to be gentle and kind to a woman before anything else. And of course, obviously respect and being a gentleman.
Okay, I have a question. When you were going through this difficult time, did you shield the kids? Like, how did you teach the kids about it?
By not involving them.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think any child deserves to be in the
Yeah.
middle of a storm ever.
Okay. I I like that. Um, so many single moms look up to you. How is it raising kids this day and age?
Um Honestly, it's fun because it feels like you constantly have a self-help book or guide,
I
because
love
we
that.
live in a day and age of um having tools like ChatGPT or the internet,
Mm-hmm.
and like, okay, I need my friend who's also a mom, I need her opinion or tip. You just message her, and it's like we have these tools nowadays, which is something that our moms did not have, diba, during their
Yeah.
time. So I feel like, again, that's a massive difference and a beautiful thing to have as a modern young mom.
People talk about the beautiful things about motherhood, but what are the hard things about it?
um
Especially now that you're a single mom and then you have to provide for them. Like what are the difficult things?
I guess raising kids as you're doing it alone and simultaneously going through legal separation. It's like all these different things at the same time. And you want to make sure they grow up to be kind and are doing well in school and
Yeah.
are good boys and are gentlemen and little men eventually, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And then all these other challenges. So, all those things, it's hard, but when you go back to why am I doing this? What's my focus? It's my children. And so it ends up being, okay, I can do this.
Do you feel pressure to always be a strong mom in front of them?
Ah, no, but that's something I've had to learn, like to be okay with being vulnerable in front of
Okay.
them. Like, as I grew older, I realized how important it is to actually show real, deep
Hmm.
feelings, and how it's okay to cry in front of them. Like, I've cried in front of Zion and Kai, and I just explain. Obviously, you don't want them worried, also. So you just
Yeah.
explain, because it's like being okay with raising kids that feel like crying is not okay, especially men, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to raise boys that think, oh, I have to be tough. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna be sad. I'm never gonna show how joyful I am. I cannot cry even if this difficult thing just just happen. Like, no, that's not okay.
Yeah.
And so I've learned to sit with that feeling of, hey, it's all right. You feel sad, show them, and then talk about it.
What does being strong look to you right now? Like, what does strength mean to you?
Mm, what does strength mean to me? That I don't have it all figured out yet, and that's okay. But at least I am my most beautiful, authentic self, and I have a good heart, and I have angels surrounding
Yeah.
me.
What do your kids teach you? Like, what do they teach you? By the way, your kids are so cute. Like, Zion looks like you, and Kai is just the cutest every time I see them.
Little sunshine.
And by the way, Sarah has this burner account. Sarah has this burner account that she only makes
that we
a
won't name.
few people follow. And she is constantly updating this account.
And
but
she's
I am
the
like
funniest
constantly
person.
watching. And I'm like, this is so interesting. I'm like bored in my bed. This is so interesting.
Admit
But
that
it's
it's funny.
so funny. It's funny. It's funny. I feel like your main account is like prim and proper. Probably like mine too.
Yeah.
And then your burner account is just like a
For people that deserve
like-
it.
I feel like
I
it's
mean,
just like a
it's
blast
like,
of whatever.
yeah. It's like where I can be whatever.
Yourself.
Yeah. But what do my kids teach me? Zion teaches me. Okay. So he has this thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's a word for it, but I choose not to use that word. He has this thing where when he knows that he is right, he will fight for it. He will prove to you that he's right.
Girl, sounds like the mother. Sounds like you. Sounds exactly like the mother.
But he turns out to be right. Like, he has
Okay,
research, he's
okay.
backed up. And so sometimes I'm just like, and I love a good debate because debate makes you a smarter person. And I love that for him. So he teaches me that it's okay to lose. It's okay to do more research. He's just a smart kid. So it's like, I know it sounds a bit dumb, but it is really not. He's just so passionate about school and certain subjects in school that we enjoy our little kind of debates, and so I learn from him, whether that's something he's learned from school, a fact, whatever it is. And then there's Kai,
Yeah.
who's 7, who I like to call our little sunshine, everyone's little sunshine. He's just happy to be here. He's just like
so cute.
grateful. And
Yeah.
when I look at him, it's like no matter how many problems or worries I have in my head, it's like I'm reminded that we have one life. Might as well make sure we're happy, and not drown in worries.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. They're
Yeah.
literally so cute. And I feel like Kai is Zion is such a smart ass. Just like Palaban. Wait, question. Do you think you're Palaban? Because I feel like you're Palaban.
Yeah, I feel like I am.
Okay.
You know that I'm like publicly mostly quiet because I value my privacy so much. Hence, not doing interviews and stuff like that. But deep down, I would not have been able to go through what I've been through if not for the choice of, or rather for having that fire that I am a strong woman and I can do this.
When we talk about big transitions in your life, what is something you had to unlearn about yourself? Like going through everything.
Oh,
Or even in this like era of yours.
I had to unlearn that it's okay for your first marriage to fail. and that it's okay that it's not gonna work out. It's okay that you're a single mom. Like, it's okay. It doesn't make you who you are.
Yeah.
Like, I had to sit with that, and just like, I have a good life. I'm a great person, and that doesn't define me, you know?
That's so wonderful. But babe, I don't want my first marriage to fail.
It's not.
I don't want my first marriage to fail, but I totally understand it.
Mhm.
So much of my family members are kind of going through the same thing and have gone through the same thing. And I feel like you represent women who are at going through like a second phase or a second chance or second, I don't know,
Yeah.
phase of their life. What is something you no longer believe in?
Uh, just like that it's bad to say no.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a people pleaser. It sucks to be a people pleaser.
I totally get it. Me too.
And I've learned the beauty of saying no. So that stuff. Yeah. Boundaries.
What are you leaving behind in 2025?
Fake friends. Um, fake bonds. Anything fake.
Okay. And what do you want to bring this 2026? Like,
Oh,
what are you looking forward to this 2026?
a different side of me. I'm excited to tackle different areas in my career and life that people have not seen yet. I'm excited to be, again, like we said in the beginning of this podcast, I'm excited to just continue opening up because I feel like I'm here now and it feels comfortable. And I'm excited for the new house. I'm excited to be a tita, lola, homebody, plantita. Um, and yeah, I'm excited to just welcome all the luck, all the work, the new me that I'm excited to share with people soon.
I never got to ask this question because I kind of crossed it, but like, is it safe to say that you're single right now?
Yep.
Like,
SINGLE. Single.
single as,
Yeah.
are you single as?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna beep that out. But what does emotional safety mean to you right now?
In terms of that stuff,
Yeah.
emotional safety is a feeling. If we're talking, meeting someone one day, it's like you'll know you're safe with someone because I know my body. You know how your body reacts to danger. Sometimes people clench their jaws or tighten their shoulders. It's like these little reflexes are signs that you're not in a safe space. You're just feeling like this person has wrong agendas or wrong intentions, and as intense or too much as it sounds, it is so real that your body reacts to how safe you feel with a person. And so feeling emotionally safe is like one of the biggest things up there in terms of finding someone that's meant
Good
for you. And then there's also this other side that it's okay to not be so nitpicky as well and just see how it goes, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like feeling safe is so underrated. Like it's an underrated feeling. Like we need to
Yeah.
feel safe in a relationship.
Even with friendships, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, I'm not perfect and we're all trying to learn, but I feel it right away when there's just like weird bad energy or like vibes and
right?
and someone's like has just like really disgusting intentions or just
That's true.
or parang, haha, I'm your friend, but
That's
then
true.
there's this heavy energy that whether it's
Yeah.
jealousy
You can
or
feel it, no?
I feel
Pero
it.
you can really feel. And I feel like the older we get, the more we can sense these kinds of people.
Yeah. And then it's also nice to feel genuine people.
Yeah.
You know that your body's relaxed,
Yeah.
like you can
Yeah.
slump and whatever, because you're not going to be judged, you're going to be supported and stuff like that, which is so incredibly important.
Speaking about love, are you open to finding love again?
Are you going to help me?
Sarah's number is below for my single friends. Okay, do you want Pinoy, a fam? Do you have a type? Do you have a type?
What's ASMR again? Am I open to finding love in 2026? Do I have a type? I'm kidding.
Do you have a type? Like,
do
you have a type? Girl, you don't want me to say it here. Like, you do not want me to say it here. Like, there are so many things I cannot
Do
say.
you think I have a type? Seriously?
No.
That's what
I don't think you have a
some of my
type.
friends say, yeah.
I don't think you have a type.
Maybe I'm just still learning,
I really don't think you have a type. So I asked Michelle this, like, do you think love is about like a feeling or energy and connection? So I guess that's what love is. Like, it's energy and connection,
100%.
right?
Like physicality is just after. I'm so strong on energy. Like, if I've said, like with friends and people, I'm so heavy on energy that is probably why I, quote unquote, do not have a type. But am I open-minded for love?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Okay, so at this phase right now, are you open to love? Like today, now. No.
Look, love can be platonic. I love you because we're friends and I love your energy. That's love. I love.
Girl, that's not what I'm looking for.
All right, I'm not going to give you a showbiz artista answer, but yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am. I want love. I have love to give, but I know that it's going to come at the right time.
Okay.
And I'm not in a rush. I am not in a hurry. It's going to come when it's supposed to.
So you don't have a type.
Okay, physical or like emotional
physical
intelligence?
and like qualities you're looking for. Okay, how about this? Like qualities you're looking for in a guy now.
Let's start with the easy stuff because I haven't done this in a while. So obviously physicality. We're both tall women, so
yeah, we are. Like, we're the same height, guys.
Someone smaller.
So
no offense, short kings, but obviously physical wise, I want
Taller.
someone taller. Wow, I haven't thought about this in a long time. Let's move to like the deeper stuff.
Like traits. What do you want in your new relationship? If ever you have one.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about what's at the top of my head. I
Okay.
guess like, because you know how they say like the more you visualize, the realer it becomes.
Yeah, I believe in it.
So I always think about how I want someone to cook for me. Someone tall, someone to cook for me. Someone that makes me feel safe, but I can talk to about everything and anything. Someone who's big on space and respecting the importance of having your own thing going on and having my own thing going on. I don't know. I don't know if it's because I'm an only child. I don't have the syndromes. Just kidding. But I value my alone time.
Okay.
And yeah, someone with high emotional intelligence and a fully formed frontal lobe.
Just like basically a proper guy.
A man.
A proper guy. Oh my God, a proper guy.
A man.
But I totally get you with space. Because I am kind of also the type that I need my space. Like, I need my space to thing to be alone sometimes. So
Yeah.
I totally get you.
Yeah. You're a busy woman. You are a boss lady. You have your own company.
Oh, thank you.
And so I think we both see eye to eye there again that how, if imagine having a partner that makes you feel bad for choosing yourself.
Yeah, I cannot do that.
Yeah.
Like, I need my space. I kind of want to be left alone sometimes, and I'm okay kind of leaving them alone.
Mm-hmm.
And we just both need space to grow.
Yeah.
I am a big believer ng like ayoko ng sakal.
Exactly. I think it's all about balance, right? It's like we let each other grow,
Yeah.
we'll support each other, but when it comes to the time where we have to be alone, like don't make us feel bad because we value our little time alone and stuff like that. Yeah.
Have you ever been close to being in love?
I that I don't know.
No, not
I
yet.
don't think so. I feel like it's either I'm in love or I'm not, and I
That's
have
true.
been in love for sure.
That's true.
Not close to being in love.
Okay.
Maybe in my younger years, when you think you are, but you're not. It's just
That's
you being
true.
delulu.
That's true. Whenever you kind of go through a breakup, I've kind of had this phase where, oh my God, I don't know how to interact, flirt with guys. Like, there's always this, like,
Yeah.
how do I get back in the
In the game.
world
Yeah.
today? Like, did that ever happen to you?
Yeah, I feel like, if I would position myself in that, like, scenario wherein, okay, I'm ready, it is the right time, stuff that I need to deal with has been dealt with, like, how do you start again? How do you
Yeah.
put yourself out there? And how do you date? Like, how do you get to know people? Like,
Exactly.
where do you go?
Actually, where do you go here in the Philippines, babe?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get so much hate for this, but like I don't know how
Yeah.
to date here in the Philippines. But I'm gonna
I
cut
also
this
don't
off.
know.
But, like,
So it's something I'll update you on if that ever happens.
but how are you open to dating?
My mind's not closed.
Okay, okay. And what is your ideal date?
Good food. I'm a big foodie.
Do you know how to cook?
I know how to cook, but I don't cook because I'm busy working. My mom's a great cook, and so I know. And so it's something I grew up with, just like good food all the time. And so that's something I would like to share on a date, and obviously good drinks, either a great cocktail or un verre de vin rouge, s'il vous plaît.
Speaking about French, Sarah is half Swiss, and she grew up in Switzerland. So the next segment will be in fully French. Can you say
Okay.
something in French for me?
Mais oui, je peux te parler en français. D'abord, je suis moitié marocaine, moitié philippine. J'ai grandi à Genève, en Suisse. Et je suis contente d'être ici avec toi, Kylie, sur ton podcast Almost Honest.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oui, ça va blanc Sauvignon.
Ça va bien, Sauvignon.
Sauvignon, I want to drink Sauvignon.
After this.
After this, let's drink Sauvignon. But okay, say something in French to your haters.
Va te faire foutre. You might have to bleep that.
Okay.
Or not.
Oh, what is this curse word I know in French?
Putain.
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 Ah, putain.
Merde.
Ah, putain, merde.
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 Fils de pute.
Merde.
Oh my God, not me teaching you all the bad words.
Ah, putain, merde. Merde.
Right.
Putain.
What's something you want to learn in French, like a sentence?
Because I love travel. Like, I like when we travel, what do you call this? Like, we have this secret language when we speak Pinoy. So I kind of like, I think it's a gay thing. Like, we kind of bash.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
tingnan mo naman yung
When someone's rude to you and you're
Right,
with your
like,
gay
look what she's
gay
doing to me,
Pinoys.
like,
Tsaka
look
naman
at this
itong
rude-
ugali na to. Ba yan? Alam mo
Diba?
naman kung
Parang,
sino.
Look at this rude bitch. Like, What this rude bitch? Kala mo naman maganda siya. Oh my
Okay,
God!
okay,
Parang
so
ganun.
something like that.
You know?
Mais elle se prend pour qui?
Okay.
Mais elle se prend pour qui?
Mais on se prend...
Elle se prend pour qui?
Mais on se prend pour qui?
Who does she think she is?
Mais on se prend pour qui? Mais on se prend pour qui?
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Okay, we'll get there. Okay, because I'm having a hard time in French, I will go to Spanish. No, just
German na lang.
Oh my God. How many languages do you know how to speak?
I had to learn Swiss German in school, but I
Okay.
was not paying so much attention. But I know a little bit of Swiss German. Like if I were to get lost in Germany or let's say the Swiss
Like, you
part
know
of,
the basics.
Yeah, I could say like, where do I go? Da da da. French, English, Tagalog, and then obviously my dad is Moroccan, so I understand when they speak
Okay.
Arabic, but
Okay.
I can't fully form like proper long sentences that
Okay.
make sense.
Yeah.
I'd just be rambling whatever words I
It
don't know.
totally makes sense. Sometimes I wish I was from Europe, so at least I know like a few languages.
Well, your partner.
Yeah.
You guys often visit Europe, so
Yes, but like he thinks it's kind of useless to speak
To learn.
the language. So
Yeah. I feel like why not? Like pick a language, because this year also I told myself like I want to continuously like push my mental capacity in the sense that I want to be learning continuously,
Yeah.
and then the best tools to get
Learn.
smarter in that sense is learn a new language or learn a new skill. Debate. That's why
That's
Zion.
true.
Thank you so
This is
much.
true.
Mwah. But yeah, why not? Which
And-
language would you love to learn? Actually,
I would love to learn because I feel like I started Spanish, so I would like to learn Spanish, but I would really like to
Ooh.
learn French because I feel like it's such like a sexy language to
Spanish
listen
is
to.
also sexy.
No habla español, pero un poquito entiendo.
Oof. I mean, yes.
That's all I know. Hanggang dun na lang. Like, let's stop there, you know? Let's
Well,
stop there because that's all I know.
We all try.
Okay, so what do you want in your new relationship? Like if ever you get into a new relationship, is there anything you wish for?
Why am I laughing? Why can't I take things seriously?
I feel like okay, go. Kaya mo yan. Or your mind's not there.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, if I were to have a serious relationship, what do I want? I want it to be not forced. Number one, I want it to be natural. I want it to be as organic as possible, as gluten free and da 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 you can get. Meaning, you know, when you least expect it type of thing,
Yeah.
and it just happens. And I want it to be funny. I want it to be supportive. I want it to be rooted in friendship before anything.
Okay. I totally get that. Oh, I lost my train of thought, but like that was a good question.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Oh, do you find it hard to be single?
It is not completely hard.
Mm-hmm.
It does get lonely
Lonely?
sometimes, especially when, don't get me wrong, I'm so comfortable being alone. But sometimes you're just like, oh man, I wish like I had a cuddle buddy or something.
Yeah, I
like,
totally get you.
You know, someone to share good news with, or but I have my friends for that. But it does get lonely sometimes. That's okay.
I totally get you. When I kind of also went through like my single era, I found it so difficult. I think I'm gonna cut this off, but like because you're kind of juggling talking to so much people, but like definitely gonna cut this out. But
Release it.
I'm just not gonna let him watch this. But
who do I respond to?
yeah, like right. Like I don't know how do you juggle being single. Like that's the question I ask. Do you have your rankings? But right? But
You
like
need
this
an
this is
uncensored
you mean it's like
version
a
of this
censored
podcast.
version. I'm gonna think about this if I'm gonna release it. But because like I feel like modern dating is so complicated right now.
Oh yeah.
I
Look,
feel like
let's put it this way. It's like like you said, like you are obviously you're beautiful, you're smart, and you're successful. So it's not a surprise that you are getting or you were getting a lot of attention. And
but it wasn't immediate. Like
yeah,
it was
exactly.
like so dry for like 3 months, and I was like, I think there's something wrong with me. Like there's something wrong with me because no one wants me, blah, blah, blah. And then it
Yeah.
just like boom.
Uh-huh. Yeah. What was your question?
I totally forgot also. I'm gonna cut this out maybe. But like how how is modern dating right now?
Honestly, from what I see,
Or experience.
from what I see, modern dating uh, feels shallow.
Okay.
I mean, I talk to friends that are really fully out there, and I'm like, how do you guys do it? It's like, you really have to be in that mindset, I feel like. And then there's dating apps, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, you have to be in that frame of mind that, okay, I will, the way I said, okay, it's like, yeah, I will not be lazy about this. I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to get excited to meet new people, because it's either that or you're like, I don't want to explain myself to people. I don't want to have to say, hi, I'm Sarah Lahbati. This is what I'm passionate about. Here's
Yeah.
the PDF of who I am. You know, it's like you're here or you're there.
Okay, I get it.
And again, we live in a time where everything is so, okay, next,
Quick.
next,
Yeah.
next,
Like
next.
cheap dopamine.
Exactly. Constant, quick, next. So I don't know. I struggle to sit with that, like, mentality of or rather like where it's at with dating. It's I can't relate to it the way I want to. I miss like old school
Yeah.
romance, old school
Yeah.
stuff, like just like the real thing.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like kneel down and propose right away. I just mean like, let's not be so thirsty.
I feel like why my 26-year-old assistant is like laughing.
I feel like everyone's just like,
But I feel like it's you lose so much security because like I don't know if I'm the only one they're dating, you know?
yeah, that's why it's hard to date, I feel. Because it's such a weird time and space for everyone. I'm so happy you're in a great
I am
place,
like
girl.
so happy where I am right now. I feel like I just hit the edge of like I just hit the edge of like I don't know, the weird modern dating. I wish I could like girl, I want someone for you. I just
No,
hit the
but-
very edge of like
Yeah. But like you said, you're in a weird space and then suddenly you're like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
I have this awesome man and we love each other and it's important and it's working out. So it's like, I'm not giving up on how it is or
What do you think about the dating apps? Like, have you ever like dabbled in it?
look, I don't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to feel like it's so shallow and it can be, but I don't hate it.
Okay.
As long as your intentions for being there is what speaks to you, because obviously it's different for everyone. So people are there to whatever, hookup culture
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But again, I don't hate it. It's different for everyone, and everyone has their own purpose on being there or not.
No, that's so true. What have you? Oh my god, I kind of want to say this funny story on like. So I've never been on a dating app, basically, but there was this one time because I heard like Raya was hard to get into. Like it takes like a month, and this
Yeah.
was like 2018, and I was like, okay, I kind of like a challenge, so I'm gonna check how fast I can get approved on this dating app, just because I want to see if. So when I was dating my current partner, he was like, I asked him like, have you ever been on a dating app? He's like, didn't answer, and like it's okay. And then he's like, what about you? And I'm like, no, never. No, 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 never. So later on in the no, never. No, it's not for me. It's like gross, like. And then later on, a year or two in the relationship, he's like checking
Oh
my
God.
phone. And then there's like a ting, your Raya subscription has ended. Please, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, no, 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 no.
Oh my
I've like never tried. It
God.
was just a thing where I wanted to see if.
Oh my God,
And he
that's
was like,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
But you'd also be like, excuse you, 2 years in.
right?
What is this?
No, you've never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, we all gotta
Well,
try.
right? We all
Whatever
gotta try.
works for us. At least it was ending already.
The subscription has stopped. Okay, and one thing I like about you, like you're loyal as a friend. Like, what
Uh-huh.
else do you value in friendship?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, my loyalty will be the death of me. Knock on wood, I want to live, but man, it's so hard to find people that are loyal in terms
That's
of
true.
friendships or whatever it is. But then it's also about like accepting not everyone has your values, morals, or your heart. It's hard to sit with that thought, like, okay, not everyone's going to give the love you give, not everyone's going to be as loyal as you, but that's number one. I value that so much, loyalty. And then in terms of friendship, I guess like understanding, because understanding can mean like, okay, I know you're going through something and I know that I should give you space and then check on you like in 3 days or a week or
Yeah.
whatever. Understanding that, hey, okay, let's hang out later, whatever. Um, and then making fun of each other in friendship. That's so important. Like,
That's true.
it humbles me.
Humor.
Yeah, like, so humor, and then like being able to humble each other down when it's needed, because who else is gonna do that but your real friends? Like, okay, are you good? Like, do you wanna check yourself because you're not acting like you right now? What's going on? Just like um, friends do that, and that's important to me. Um, and friends that you can do nothing with, like, do you want to hang? But then we're both on the couch watching reels and doing nothing.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
Yeah. So, those things.
When was the last time you cried?
Oh. Gosh. It's not long ago. I just don't know why I can't think about it right now. I feel like whenever I'm PMSing, it's just automatic. Like, I'll watch something and I'll just cry over something. But last time I cried over something personal was probably at home recently, because I felt overwhelmed that there was so many things going on in my life, and I had mom guilt, knowing I'm such a good mom and I spend so much time with them and I prioritize them. I had mom guilt. Like, how dare me?
Yeah.
Like, feel bad that, oh my God, I'm juggling the new house and the old house and all these things and my kids, da da da. I felt like I wasn't spending as much time with my children when I was. It's such a lie. But then sometimes we do that to ourselves, and it's horrible.
Okay.
It's a horrible feeling. So I cried, and I had a talk with Zion and stuff like that. But mom guilt is real, and at the same time, it shouldn't be.
I actually saw you made this post and like you are no longer feeling mom guilt, but explain to me a little bit about this mom guilt and kind of how you not feel it.
Yeah.
Like when does it arise?
I feel like I wrote about that stuff because I felt bad um, that I was, let's say, oh, again, some stupid example. I want to try race car driving.
Mm-hmm.
I felt bad that I was prioritizing that stuff. Okay, wait, that's stupid. Let's
Go.
just go back to like, um, when do I feel mom guilt?
Yeah.
When I feel like I'm not doing so much for them, when in reality I'm doing everything and anything for them. And it's like I forget that how will I be the best mom if I don't pour that love to my cup first? How will I give all of that to my kids if I'm putting them first? So it's like, hey, it's okay if you want to watch your series for an hour or two. It's okay if you need to lie down for a bit.
Okay.
It's okay if you need to have your friends over and like talk about life. It's okay if you want to eat unhealthy and do nothing. Like, it's usually small, the mom guilt stuff, but it's actually like stuff you need to do for yourself in order to feel better and in order
Yeah.
to be a better mom.
How do you choose your battles?
um I don't sweat the small stuff. What are my priorities?
Mm-hmm.
I categorize them. And what small stuff am I sweating? Trash. À la poubelle.
À la poubelle.
À la
À
poubelle.
la poubelle. And fantastique.
Fantastic.
Fantastique. Ah, you know French. Oh my God. Yay. Croissant.
Oh my god. Yay.
Why? You don't
Sauvignon.
like that?
I'm dead. Yay, croissant. I'm so
So-
proud of you.
Thank you. Oh my God.
We can't have a podcast together.
I think this is great.
Oh gosh.
Okay, wait. Is there something you would do differently? Like if you go back in time, is there something you wish you did differently?
I wish I'd stopped coloring my hair so much. Cause like when I'm bored, I just color like my hair.
Actually, you're I find that cool because I'm kind of a basic bitch.
You're
and like
not.
I kind of a basic bitch in my hair and like I have like brown, light brown, that's all.
Yeah, no.
Like that's all
I
you're
mean,
getting from me.
that's something I had fun with, but like this year I told myself my hair needs to breathe and just like be a virgin again. But on a deeper side, what's something I wish I did differently? I wish I didn't spend so much time with other people's opinion I did not need at
Okay.
the time. Like I wish I just like listened to my gut more rather than outside noise.
When you're single, do you feel like you still have so many phases of this being single?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like the pandemic. You're planting different sorts of plants, and then next thing you know, you're doing yoga, and then you're
Yeah.
baking, and then you're cooking, and then you're
Trying new things
you're-
and meeting new
yeah,
people.
exactly. So being single is about that. It's about your time for yourself, your time to just glow and make your goals come true. And who are you becoming, and
That's
what are
true.
you doing to become the person you want to become?
What is the best thing about being single?
Ah, freedom.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
freedom. You can do anything you want, and yeah, have all the freedom and time in the world. Because once you commit, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to not have that freedom anymore, but you have to respect or like understand that balance of I will make time for this person because I've committed to this person,
That's true.
you know. And it's not such a bad thing. It's just like a beauty you have when you're single.
What are you learning yourself about the most?
How kick ass and Strong
Strong I am.
I
How be-
am.
I feel like when you're single, you feel so powerful and
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
After you get through that kind of slump
Mm-hmm.
of like, oh, I feel so bad about this, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And then you're like, okay, I kind of like who I am.
Yeah. So it's all about self discovery or rediscovery while you're single and enjoying that time alone and knowing your boundaries, knowing what do you want in a relationship after, of course, working on yourself, and knowing your boundaries if you were to commit to someone like, oh, I know that I won't allow them to talk to me like this. I know that I won't allow them
Yeah,
to behave like this, all these lessons.
that's true. Okay, our next segment, I kind of just want to talk about like topics that are important for women to talk about now. Um, why do you think women are judged for independence, but men are praised for it?
Because we were taught that we should follow their rules, we should bow down to them. They're the machos. We listen, we don't speak, right? They behave and we listen.
Did you ever feel that way? Like, did you ever feel you were kind of had to be put in that situation?
Yeah, yeah, especially in our industry. But then it's such an old school mentality. Like, I love men that can be, I'm not saying feminine like that, but I love men that are okay with vulnerability and like showing emotional like EQ.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool. Nowadays it's not cool to be like macho and just like, oh, I'm tough, you listen, you be a housewife, whatever, da da da. Nah.
I totally get it. And I feel like, okay, so what is your concept of femininity?
Ooh. Um my concept of femininity, or at least what I want, is being less masculine,
Hmm.
being less of
Yeah.
this person that I am that hates asking for help. I would love to fully continuously grow into the feminine woman I want to be. Like, I, again, as a joke, I don't want to be a soldier. I want to be a princess, and that's femininity. It's like okay to be asking for help, okay to feel all these emotions and be okay with it because we're women like that. Um, but yeah, just like accepting everything that is softer.
That's true. I want to talk about the divorce bill. I spoke to Senator Risa a few weeks ago, and she's trying to push for the divorce bill. And I asked her why it's so important to pass this. I want to get your opinion on this. And do you think it's important for us to pass this bill?
I'm all for it.
Why?
Second chances. Imagine all the women that are stuck in marriages suffering because of things we do not know about, like, let's say, abuse in any form or shape or kind, whether it's verbal abuse, financial abuse, physical
For
abuse,
sure.
etc., etc., rape. Like, there's so much reasons for people to deserve a second chance.
Exactly. No, I totally believe in it. I feel like when you're younger, and especially growing up in a Catholic family, you always think, you know, divorce, you're only going to end up with one person and you
Mm-hmm.
believe in forever. And then later on, as you get older, reality kicks in and things can happen in a relationship, like domestic violence, or like you said, financial abuse, or just abuse in general.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we should be able to have a say in our future and our freedom. And if we don't want to stay in that relationship, whether that's a man or a woman, then we should be able to say this is not for us.
It's a basic need. It's
Exactly.
so basic that it is mind-boggling that this country doesn't have it yet.
Exactly.
And I am all for it because people need it.
Exactly. And there's so much toxicity in relationships that happen, and I feel like women or men don't deserve to be in a relationship that they're not happy in, or that they don't think they deserve to be in.
Well, I'd like to remain hopeful that the bill will be passed
Yes.
and that, you know, this country will have that.
Me too. We're the only country in the world, well, two,
Venezuela?
or the
Or-
Vatican,
Oh, the Vatican.
right?
I'm not sure. We have to fact check.
Okay, we have to fact check. But one of the only countries in the world without divorce. Do you think women are becoming more selective in love, or more lonely, or both?
I feel like more selective.
I
And
think so.
right?
Yeah,
I don't
I
think
think so.
I mean
Do you think loneliness is a choice?
100%.
Right?
Look, there's studies that you listen to sad music, you're sad. You listen to joyful music, happy music, dance music, you're in a dancey mood. So loneliness is a choice for sure, 100%. And it's a completely different thing talking about circumstance and this sad thing that has happened to you. Loneliness is a choice. Situation and circumstance is a different thing.
That is totally true. I kind of want to know, like, what, when you were going through just your difficult time in life, what is the one advice your friends have told you that made you feel better?
It will be okay.
Okay.
It will be okay.
And that made you feel
Yeah.
hopeful.
You know, at the time when you're going through it, you're like, yeah, it's so easy to say it will be okay. But the more you hear it from the right people, the more you believe that, yeah, it actually is okay or it actually will be okay.
I feel like the best is yet to come,
100%.
right? The best is yet to come.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Oh, actually, there's more. If you could talk to your younger self right before everything changed, what would you tell her?
Just do the thing. Just do it. Trust your gut. Stop worrying that it's not going to work out. What's the worst that can happen?
Has your perception about relationships changed?
100%, yes.
What is the biggest lesson that you want to carry over?
In terms of relationships?
Yeah. Okay, I'll change question.
No, no, no.
Oh,
that's
you like
fine.
it? Okay.
What's my biggest what's my biggest lesson in relationships is that everyone is a visitor and we all learn something from them. And for
I
that,
like this.
thank you.
I like this. I am going to add, sometimes you just have to say that you have to ask the person, am I your final stop, or you're just a passerby, or your destination,
100%.
or a
yes.
visitor? What is something you've learned about yourself that surprised you?
Gosh. That I'm capable of so much. That I can lead or be a leader in my own sense and meaning. And I feel like I'm still surprising myself with how life unfolds for me.
That's true. Did you ever have this feeling like when you were single? Because like when I was single, I was like, okay, in like a year, I feel like I'm gonna have a boyfriend. Do you feel that way?
No.
It's not there yet.
No. I don't know. I just I would like to believe that I live in the moment, but then also obviously we're working towards our future, but then I live fully in the moment. And so in a sense of that aspect of that specific thing, I don't think so yet. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we are on to one of the last segments of the podcast. This is called
Ooh.
the rapid fire segment, this or that. I just want you to answer the first thing that comes up top of mind.
Mhm.
Okay, peace or passion? I know what you're going to answer.
Say it.
Peace.
Thank you. Because when you have peace, you can follow your passions.
Okay, I like that. No, that's true. Soft life or ambitious life?
Soft life, because when you have a soft life, you can be ambitious and make your goals or dreams come true. Gusto mo in-explain ko lahat?
Yes, actually, yes. Please explain it. Love again or love yourself first?
Love yourself first. How can you love again if you don't love yourself
That's true.
first?
What is one word to describe this chapter of your life?
Fresh.
Yes.
Fresh.
Better, hotter, smarter, sweeter, spicier.
Ooh.
I feel like that's you.
Ooh.
Something you're leaving behind this 2025.
So much. Wow.
Okay, give me one.
Hmm. Um, Old friends.
Do you believe in cutting off friends?
Yes. I am heavy on that just because I've had to be in that situation, and I wouldn't be able to say this now with so much like conviction because if I did not go through it, but then also know that being there sucks. It's like you thought you were friends with these people and then stuff happens and you're disappointed and you're heartbroken, or you're going to be, or you're like, "Oh, I'm going to miss them." But what? Are you going to miss their potential of them potentially being a good friend?
Exactly.
No.
What is a belief about love you no longer hold?
That love is everything. I guess like when you make it your world, that's when it breaks down.
Do you still believe in forever?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Don't cry.
I feel like I'm not sure if you believe in forever. I want to believe in forever. Believe me, I'm gonna try.
Forever.
I'm gonna
I
try
believe
my
in
best to make
forever.
it forever. But
Oh, sorry. I genuinely believe in forever.
okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it doesn't work out the first time, maybe the second.
I hope
I don't
for
know.
you, just the second it's good. Like I want you to hit it on the second time around.
Look, everything at the right time.
Weirdest gossip about you.
Oh God, there's so many weird things. I don't even know where to start. There's always something.
How do you handle that?
I don't. I don't read it.
Okay.
I don't pay attention.
Okay.
It's just like BS.
And I feel like eventually it goes away.
Yeah. You know what? It only matters to me if it's true, and most of the stuff online is. It's funny because you know how our parents sometimes you have to like most especially old school parents not used with the internet and stuff, like my mom would read something and she'd be like, "Anak, totoo ba to?" And I'm like, "Oh my god,
Oh my god, my
don't read
parents
stuff
would
like
do
this."
that too. They're like,
Yeah, so
Kylie, are you
and
okay?
I'm like, ma, no, like I don't know, just some absurd stuff that and so I keep repeating, ma, like it's something we laugh about, but then it's really crazy how there's stuff put out there about us online that people think is true, and so it is what it is. Just sit with it. Like I sit with it, and given the chance or to who it matters the most, like for example our mothers or best friends, like
Yeah.
that's the only people we have to explain ourselves to. Nobody else deserve our, I think, like explanation on whether, oh, is this true or not, unless it's like something worrisome that you have to reassure your fans that, hey, I'm okay, nothing's bad is happening, something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get you. Oh my God. There was this rumor like that you were lesbian.
Oh my god, yeah, that's a wild one. Look,
Right? Like I was like,
I love my we love our gays. I
I
love
love the
my
gays.
gays.
I love my gays. I need
I
them in
will
my
fight for
life.
them
Right?
anytime. But I know what I want. And it's not that.
And
You
it's
know, and
not
so that it's not that. I I know I want my mans.
I saw that and I was like,
But yeah,
is a
so
bit weird.
I was called a lesbian, and apparently I had this secret relationship that's been going on
Oh.
for years, and this has happened twice, mind
Oh,
you.
okay.
I'm like, okay, guys, go,
I love
go,
it
go. What's
kind of
next?
eats like, okay.
I know, like it makes me proud.
right?
I mean, come on, whatever.
Okay, this is the part. So we asked people to send in like their question and like things they're going through. If you don't mind answering this question,
What if I mind? Joke.
then we will cut it off, or I will like force it in
kidding.
the podcast. Okay. This is the dilemma section. I want you to advise her.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to advise her because I feel like it's a very relatable thing. So this one comes from Dina, 32, from Quezon City, and she writes, I became a mom at 21. My kids are now 12 and 10, and I've spent the last decade being a mom, and that was my whole identity. I gave up my career aspirations, my friendships kind of faded. I didn't pursue anything that was just for me. I told myself that I was doing it for the kids, but now I'm 32 and my kids are older and more independent. And I'm looking at myself and I don't even know who Dina is anymore. I know how to pack a lunch and help with homework and manage a household, but I don't know what I love. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung mga gusto ko. And hindi ko din alam who I am outside being a mother. Some days, I'm grateful to focus on my kids, and other days, galit lang ako sa sarili ko. And now that I'm terrified it's too late to figure out who I am. Is it too late? Can I come back from this? Or am I just going to be a mom for the rest of my life?
Babes, it is never ever too late to start again. I could relate to her so much. First of all, I'm also 32. We have kids that are almost the same age. And I had to also, not to compare fully, but I hear you, I see you, and I had to choose to say no to my career, to say no to opportunities so many times. And now that I look back, at least I was able to bring the kids to school. At
Yeah.
least they had a mom that was so fully present. And now that, like you said, they're older, they're more independent. This is the most perfect time to start again and
Yeah.
find out who you are and what you want to be. So no, it's never and ever too late to start again. In fact, it's such a beautiful thing to be able to do on your own terms. Just don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Just do it.
Oh, that was so nice. What does choosing yourself look like for you?
Choosing myself is a non-negotiable for me right now.
Okay.
Period.
Love that. Love that for you. Okay, and last question. If there was one lesson you would want the viewers to take from this podcast, what would it be?
If there's one,
If there's one lesson you would want,
oh,
if there's one thing, if there's one
Or one.
lesson you would want them to take away from this podcast, what would it be
okay.
and
If
why?
there's one lesson or one takeaway, I would hope that it would be a feeling, and I would hope that that feeling would be a sense of feeling like there's hope, like, hey, it's gonna be okay, and like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, no matter how corny it sounds. Like things always find its way of working out, and again, it's gonna be okay. there's hope as long as you believe there is.
That's so beautiful. I feel like I've learned a lot more about you this podcast. And again, I know you don't do interviews, and I'm really so grateful that you decided to open up a little bit more here. And I'm really just really so grateful that you're here and that I feel like a lot of moms and women can relate to your phase in life and what you're going through, and many look up to you.
Aw.
And I feel like I've learned so much.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much for being in the podcast. Is there anything else you want to accomplish this 2026? Or is there anything you kind of want to plug or announce, or what's coming up?
I'm pregnant.
Oh my God, I love it.
No,
Do you
thank
want to have
thank
kids
you.
again?
Um,
Are you open to having another kid,
ye-
child?
My mind's not close to that
Hmm.
thought, but it's not there in my mind yet, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. But hey, I'm also very grateful for this opportunity to talk. I love talking to strong minded women and learning. So thank you also. If there's one thing I'm excited for this year, is a fresh start. Like I said, fresh. There's so many new things happening, and I'm just excited for how it's going to unfold for me and for you. So thank you. Thank you so
I'm
much.
excited. I cannot wait for you. It's a bit cliche, but I cannot wait for you to have your Prince Charming
Aw.
and for you to be in your soft era
Yeah.
and for you to like not be a soldier anymore. Like, help my girl out. Like, help her out. Her
Oh,
socials are
gosh.
Sarah Lahbati on Instagram and on TikTok. Ako na nag-plug para sa'yo. Ako na nag-plug. Do you want to plug anything? Like, what are you filming right now? Do you want to
I'm
announce?
working on By Bust.
Okay.
It's under direct Eric Mati, and of course the one and only Ann Curtis. I'm so excited for this project. It's a series for Netflix, and I'm playing this amazing role that I'm excited for everyone to watch. Hopefully this year soon, and I'm excited to announce more when I can.
I'm excited. Sarah Lahbati, that was almost honest. Thank you so much for being completely honest with me. And till next time.
Thank you, Kai.
I love ya.
Bisous.
Bisous.
Merci beaucoup,
Merci
croissant.
beaucoup, croissant.